What's going on, guys? T-Rec87 here with the MG Knights. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about Star Trek Discovery. Let's get started. So, I've seen the first 6 episodes of Star Trek Discovery now. I paid for CBS All Access, and I decided that this would be something worth watching, or at least checking out. And this isn't so much as a review, I would say, so much as I just kind of wanted to talk about it and what I thought about it, and just kind of get it off my chest. Because honestly, it's such a good show. I really love it. It's really good. Anybody who's seen the commercials, or if you've seen the first couple episodes, obviously, the production values are, like astronomical. It's like movie quality. But at the same time, it doesn't quite feel Star Trek. And it doesn't quite feel like Star Trek in the way that the Orville surprisingly does feel like Star Trek. And so that's something that I've just kind of been trying to wrap my head around and kind of come to terms with. This is a very different Star Trek. Even all the different iterations that Star Trek has gone through, there's always been that Trek feel to it, and this one definitely feels different. And I kind of have some ideas about that, which I'll come back to in a minute, I guess. But first, I want to talk about the characters. I love the cast of characters. I love like the engineer. I haven't remembered all their names yet for some reason. I like literally can't just wrap my head around their names. I think the least interesting character at the moment is Michael Burnham, the main character, and that's a little bit disappointing. And I don't know if it's maybe they just need more time to let her character develop a little bit more. I mean, I know she's a human trained on Vulcan, and so she's kind of supposed to be a little bit emotionless or whatever. But I think she needs a little bit more of that. And in the sixth episode that I saw, the latest episode, there was a little bit more of her human side, and I hope they continue to explore that. Because up until this point, she's kind of just been like like a wet sheet. She's just kind of really dull, or, she just doesn't have like a lot of personality to her. They're doing a great job of explaining her backstory. My God, I mean, there's definitely that, but just as her character emotionally, I feel like there's not like a whole lot there. My favorite character at the moment, honestly, is Captain Lorca. He's the captain of the Discovery, and I think he's a great character. I really thought that in the very beginning, like when I saw the first few episodes, I was convinced he was a bad guy. Like, for sure, I was certain that he had like this, nefarious like plot going on or something like that, and it just seemed like he was like, something was off about him. Like, he was kind of like not unstable necessarily, but it seemed like he had a dark side to him. And I really liked that. I really like the fact that this show isn't just focusing on like the captain, or the bridge crew necessarily, even though I guess Michael Burnham is on the bridge now. Commander Lorca, or Captain Lorca, I think he's really cool. I really love that we're starting to know his character a little bit better, and like why he's so intent on taking out the Klingons. We recently found out like what actually happened to his eyes, why he's super photosensitive, and so they've actually gone in depth and kind of gotten to explain like why he is the way he is, a little bit, and so that actually makes me glad. It definitely kind of like answered some of my questions about the character. I would say though, as far as the cast goes, other than the engineer, whose name I cannot even remember. I love his character though. I think he's super great. And the captain are my two favorites so far. My biggest criticism of the show, and I guess that would probably be for anybody who's a real Trek fan, honestly, there's probably a lot of us out there that feel the same way. The Klingons, I can handle, I don't know, I can handle the Klingons being a little bit different, or the fact that they're like religious zealots. I really love that idea that they're going down. I do like some of the changes, I guess, about the Klingons. I can't really get over the look of the Klingons, though. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's a little bit off-putting to me. I really like the traditional Klingons. I think they're really good. I loved the old school Klingons with the, they still got like the battle armor and everything like that, but I have yet to see like a Batleth or they all seem to be bald, which is, you know, whatever, it is what it is. It's a stylistic you know, choice. I'm not a huge fan. That's my biggest, like, when your biggest criticism of a show is that you're like, I don't like the way he looks, you know, like as the bad guys. I don't quite like that's. I'd say that's a good criticism for the show. There's not really been anything else that I have to criticize. So when it's just a costume choice or just a stylistic choice for like a certain type of characters, and that's your only criticism, you know, that I think that speaks volumes about the show, and it speaks very highly of the show. And I think I already touched on this, but the production values on this show are like insane. They're like astronomical, you know, they're like movie production values, which I love, you know, and that's something I'm not getting from the Orville right now. Is I'm not getting like that super high quality, you know, like space fight. You know, there's some of that stuff in the Orville, but like the CGI quality is like, it's a night and day difference. It's a huge difference, and I love the Discovery's aesthetics and everything like that so far have been great. You know, like when they got into like a Lorca and this other guy got into a phaser fight with some of their like Klingons or whatever, and when they shot him, the Klingons just like vaporized and exploded in like a little green cloud of smoke. It was really cool. You know, the ship designs are really cool. The Discovery looks a little weird, but you know, it's supposed to be bridging that gap between like, say, like Enterprise and in the original series, and so there's kind of, you know, an area where they have to kind of try to make it fit, I guess. I do like the Discovery. I think it looks a little funny, is my only thing. So aesthetics of the show, they're great. The only thing that I don't like about Star Trek Discovery is, and this is really hard for me to like put into words or wrap my head around, because I'm not even sure I entirely know what it is. It doesn't feel like Star Trek, you know. I mean, it looks like Star Trek. It talks and walks like Star Trek, but it just doesn't quite feel like Star Trek. And that's something that I've had a really hard time trying to like figure out like what exactly that is, you know. And you know, I've been like thinking about it, and I think that what it really comes down to is, I feel like maybe it's the setting is what they're, you know, what's going on in Star Trek. You know, they're not out exploring different systems and, you know, charting different planets and this, that, and the other, and like a new planet every week type thing. The Discovery, by and large, so far has been set like on the Discovery. But the big thing would be, I think that they're at war with the Klingons, and it's like the war is like full blown going on right now. And so I think that's like really what it is that like it doesn't feel quite like Star Trek. Is I think that it is it's just that the fact that they're at war. These guys are, you know, obviously some of these guys are like, you know, science officers and engineers and stuff like that. But I mean, like the Captain Lorca, he's kind of a warmonger. Like that's what he's out to do, and he's gonna make sure he gets that done. You know, he's gonna kill some folks, especially some Klingons, is really like his goal. You know, it just doesn't have quite that same spirit as Star Trek. Whereas like you know, I'm probably gonna end up making this comparison a lot if I keep making videos about Star Trek and the Orville. This is where the Orville excels, is the Orville feels like Star Trek. Like they're out exploring, doing different stuff. Whereas in Star Trek Discovery, they are out to, you know, protect Federation, protect Starfleet, and basically blow some Klingon ships. And so, you know, there's a very different feel to it. And I don't think it's bad necessarily at all. I just think that it's very different, and it is not what I'm used to from Star Trek, and so I think that's going to take me some time to really get used to. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, remember, this isn't like a review of Star Trek Discovery, so much as something I just kind of had to get off my chest, I guess, at this point. If you guys liked the video, though, remember to hit that like button and leave me some comments in the comment section down below. I would love to talk to you guys about Star Trek Discovery. I absolutely love the show. I love Star Trek in general, so I'd love to talk to you guys about that. If you're new to the channel, if this is your first time dropping by, remember to subscribe and hit that little bell icon, and that way you'll get notified when me or Tyfly either of us post content. Which, you know, is pretty much every day, like almost every day, like Monday through Saturday, unless we have stuff come up, you know, which obviously, you know, life gets in the way sometimes of the internet, unfortunately, but, you know, it happens. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you again next time.